We love it here.
When can we go back?
Hey everyone, and welcome to Lake George This Week. I'm Jim Mullen, your go-to guide for all the best events, local flavor, and seasonal fun that's happening around the Lake George area. Whether you're a local or just visiting, this is your one-stop shop for everything that's happening around the Lake George area this week. Today we've got an exciting lineup from Pumpkin Chunking, from a Pumpkin Chunking Festival that'll have you launching your leftover jack-o'-lanterns to a puzzle competition that'll really get the brain cells moving, plus a wine and chocolate tasting that's sure to satisfy even the most picky people. And of course, we've got some live hockey and local music, you know, you're not going to want to miss it.
Hey! It's time for the local spotlight.
This week's local spotlight goes out to the barber parlor. Jamie, she's an artist. She does my hair for me. Every 2 weeks I go there. She makes me look my best. You know, I go in there looking all disheveled, come out looking like $1,000,000. I get better looking every day, and Jamie keeps up with it, makes me look my best. I love it. Go to the app is the Booksy app. Yeah, you go to the Booksy app and you can set up an appointment, or you can go for walk-ins on Saturdays. Most Saturdays she has walk-ins up until 12 o'clock, I believe. So you can go check that out. But you're not going to want to miss that. The barber parlor, great place to get a haircut. Don't forget to tell her Jim sent you.
And now for something completely different.
All right, now let's start talking about pumpkin chunking. You know, this is one of those events that just screams fall. You know, people come out with homemade catapults, slingshots, trebuchets, all names of things, you know, seeing how far they can launch a pumpkin. You know, I remember the first time I went, you know, I wasn't prepared for how intense it could get. And I saw this guy had built a contraption that looked like it could launch a small car. I think the record is something like 5,000 feet. You know, people are catapulting these things with the trebuchets. When he let go, the pumpkin didn't fly; it soared. You know, I'm talking like it was over 200 feet in the air, and the sound it made when it hit the ground was just like a splat. You know, I swear you would think it was thunder, but hey, if you're looking for a little adrenaline and some orange pulp splatter in your life, you know, this is the place to be. You just don't stand too close to the action, and bring your own pumpkins.
And now, the local spotlight.
So this week's first activity is the Pumpkin Chunking at Adirondack Pub and Brewery. This is an annual event, November 9th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And this is behind the brewery at 33 Canada Street, Lake George, New York. Bring your pumpkins and watch them fly. Admission is free to the Pumpkin Chunking Festival, but there's free launchings. Bring your own pumpkin. There's carnival rides, games. There's going to be food trucks and snack vendors, butter beer, potion drink station, kids and adults, craft beer, archery, knights, dancing witches, wizard wands, wandering monsters, the Wandering Monster musical group, and more family fun. Okay. This is crazy. The events are going to be held in the field behind the parking lot at the High Peaks Distillery, 1 Canada Street, Lake George. Okay. So that's not, Adirondack Pub is 33 Canada Street, but you're going to go to 1 Canada Street, Lake George, to the fields, the event fields behind the parking lot. The next thing we got going around in the area is the Glens Falls Restaurant Week. Okay. Now, about this event is local dining spots are going to participate in the Restaurant Week, an initiative aimed at showcasing the diverse, budding local cuisine, the scene in our great city. Take advantage of the dining deals with restaurants offering multi-course prefix dinners. Promotion encourages the discovery of new restaurants or repeat visits to favorite eateries across the city. You know, it's going to encourage you to try all of the restaurants in the area, and they're all really great restaurants. There's the Pharmacy, there's Fenimore's, there's the Gourmet Cafe, there's Giovanni Fresco's, there's Mint, there's Morgan and Company, Park 26, Park and Elm, Radice Kitchen and Bar, and the Adirondack Winery is also participating. You know, you're going to check that out. 3-course meals for $45, and you make sure you check the restaurants in advance in case you got to make reservations. Okay, Fields of Flags at the Fort William Henry Museum. Okay, this is Veterans Day. God bless our veterans. Veterans Day commemoration. That's it. Veterans Day commemoration with a wreath laying amongst the field of flags. Each one represents a veteran, local or otherwise, nominated for the honor by visitors to Fort William Henry Museum and or the website. It's November 11th from 11 a.m. At the front lawn. God bless our veterans. Okay, this next event coming up is really interesting. This is a puzzle competition. I'm pretty sure this is at the the library at the Crandall Library, 251 Glen Street. Gather your team and put your puzzle solving skills to the test in this exciting competition. 10 teams will complete a 500-piece puzzle within 90 minutes. Whether you're a puzzle pro or just looking for a fun challenge with friends, this event is perfect for puzzle enthusiasts of all levels. Register your team online, and teams can have up to 6 people. So you're going to go check that out. Go down there and find out. You can register online, go to the library website, and pretty cool activity. This next event is at the Chapman Museum, the annual wine and chocolate tasting. Join the Chapman at the Queensberry Hotel for the annual wine and chocolate event. So this is not at the Chapman Museum. This is at the Queensberry Hotel. The annual wine and chocolate event. Guests can look forward to over 150 fine wine and spirits to taste, along with locally sourced artisan chocolates, cheese, and desserts to sample, plus live music, door prizes, and raffle items. A pretty cool event. That's Friday, November 8th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Queensberry Hotel. That's 88 Ridge Street in Glens Falls. And there's a phone number, 518-793-2826. Again, 518-793-2826. And that's hosted by the Chapman Museum at the Queensberry Hotel.
And now, local music news.
This week's local music news. We're starting at the Shirt Factory, the Adirondack Vinyl Slam. It's crazy vinyl digging in Glens Falls with over 200 tables of curated vendors from across the Northeast. It's going to be crazy. Saturday, November 9th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's going to be all kinds of deals on vinyl records. Vinyl records making a comeback. It's crazy. We're back to that, classic sound, and that's at the Shirt Factory, 71 Lawrence Street and 21 Cooper Street, and that's in Glens Falls, New York. There's a phone number, 518-502-1450. 518-402-1450, and that's at the Shirt Factory in Glens Falls, the Adirondack Vinyl Slam, where you're going to get great deals on vinyl records. Okay, we got a doubleheader this weekend with the Adirondack Thunder. They're playing the Norfolk Admirals. Okay, they're playing the Norfolk Admirals. They're on the 8th. They're also playing on the 8th Norfolk Admirals, also at 7 p.m. But the highlights that night is $3 LeBlatt Blues. LeBlatt Blue Light presented by Saratoga Eagle. So there's always something going on at the Adirondack Thunder games. For great place. I used to bring the kids when they were younger. They loved it. They'd go wait for the players to come out and slap them 5 and stuff. It was really great. Great time at the Cool Insuring Arena. That's One Civic Center Plaza in Glens Falls. Okay, you're not going to want to miss that. Become a local hockey fan. Okay, they're playing the Norfolk Admirals. They're playing Saturday, November 9th at 7 p.m. at the Cool Insuring Arena. Okay, $4 Michelobes on Friday. This is Saturday, November 9th. So there's $4 Michelobes by the Saratoga Eagle. There's going to be koozie giveaways for the first 1,000 fans. Special military-themed jerseys they're going to be wearing. Pretty cool. And that's on the 9th. And the next event is coming up is at the Strand Theater. The Strand Theater in Hudson Falls. It's Emerson, Lake and Palmer tribute with the Manticore, and that's on the November 9th at 7:30 p.m. at the Strand. Their tribute to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's a tribute show playing homage to the legacy in incomparable 70s symphonic rock band Emerson, Lake and Palmer. They reproduced the music that in the early 70s had the powerful and vital impact on the burgeoning music scene at the time. They will once again grace the beautiful Strand Theater stage with their magnificent renditions of ELP's unequaled opuses. Okay, $25 general admission. Tickets are at the Strand box office or at Brown Paper Tickets. Doors open at 6. They have a little place in there. You can get all kinds of goodies in there, and you're going to have a great time. I love the Strand. The Strand's a great place to see a show. You're going to love it there. As a matter of fact, you can go back on Friday, November 8th. Okay, Friday, November 8th, the Strand Theater, Jethro Tull's Martin Bear, The Brief History of Tull. They'll perform A Brief History of Tull at the historic Strand Theater in Glens Falls. The show will feature special visual presentation together with the music highlights of the 50 years of Jethro Tull's musical career. Pretty cool. Barr's guitar playing has earned him a high level of respect and recognition. His solos were voted the 25th best solo ever in the US and 20th best solo ever in the UK for his playing on Aqualung. His playing on the album Crest of the Knave earned him a Grammy Award in 1989. You're going to get a chance to see a Grammy Award-winning musician at the Strand. Okay. Numerous Jethro Tull albums. He's worked on it with other artists, including Paul McCartney, Phil Collins, Gary Moore, John Bonamassa, you name it. Okay, legends: Jimi Hendrix, Fleetwood Mac, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Excellent. You're gonna have a great time. You're not gonna want to miss that. That's a bit of history for you. And I told you I love the Strand. Okay, the Strand Theater in Hudson Falls. The Bobcats, Rock and Roll Salute to Bob Dylan. This is November 10th, 3 p.m. Okay, it's an afternoon concert. And Jerry Marotta, Peter Gabriel, Paul McCartney, he's a drum legend. And his band of Woodstock All-Stars rock the Dylan songbook with Soul and Fire. Okay, pretty cool. Another guy who's been around professional musicians. Bottom line is the Bobcats satisfied with their rock and roll celebration of Bob Dylan. It's going to be a great night. $25 floor seating, $20 for the balcony. Tickets available at the box office or at Brown Paper Tickets. The Strand Theater is located at 210 Main Street, Hudson Falls, New York. You're not going to want to miss it. Strand is an unbelievable place to see the show. And this is actually happening next week, okay? But just for something completely different. Free fishing days in New York State. Veterans Day is the last one of this year. A free fishing day. You do not need a license to fish. So, freshwater fish. You can go at any lake, pond, or river in the state, and without a license, fish. Bring your kids. Introduce them to fishing. Great way to get an introduction to fishing where you don't have to worry about having a license. Okay, so yeah, that's just about any place you want to go. And if you want, I have one of the other podcasts that I did at the very beginning lists all the good places around the area to go from the shore and go fishing. So check that out. All right, now I'd like to thank another fantastic sponsor, Go Brunch. If you're looking for a versatile platform to host meetings, webinars, and virtual events, Go Brunch is a game changer, okay? Customizable layouts, options for hosting your attendees. It's the perfect solution for anyone hosting a group online. You think about your Zoom calls, boring Zoom calls. This is fully customizable. And if you're looking to take your virtual events to the next level, check out Go Brunch. It's where I would be if I was online right now. Now, if you're loving the show and want to keep good vibes going, make sure you share the podcast. Your sharing is caring. If you liked it, there might be one of your friends that liked it or somebody that liked it. Don't be afraid to share it with them. Get the word out. We're always looking for new guest sponsors and events to spotlight. If you're involved in the community or have an event that you'd like us to cover, head over to the website and get in touch. This show is about connecting with you, so let's make it happen. And hey, we're always looking for new guests, sponsors, and events to spotlight. All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode of Lake George This Week. I'm Jim Mullen, your host. I'll be back next week with more local stories, events, and hopefully a little less pumpkin stories. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.